Thought you'd be playing some Jimmy Buffett this morning.
Why's that?
Jimmy Buffett died.
Oh, he did?
Did.
Wow.
His last words were, "I curse Midnight Mike."
Hmm.
I don't know what you said to that dude, but 70, younger than I would have thought.
That guy was rich as hell towards the end there. What are the parrot heads going to do? What are the parrot heads going to do? The parrot heads.
Mother.
I'm trying to find his net worth here. It says net worth in 2017 was $550 million.
Yeah, I believe it.
But I had heard that he was well over $1 billion.
Yeah, I mean, his tours were just insanely successful.
Well, he also owned a ton of real estate.
And didn't he own the franchise Cheeseburgers in Paradise?
Well, that and Margaritaville and all the rest, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the guy was just, for not having any, like, he had some, hits, but not like Michael Jackson hits, I don't know. He just became, he attracted the crowd of people that would go see the Grateful Dead, but then they got good jobs and had money. So instead of like continuing to be a hippie, they became a parrot head.
Here's one that says estimated net worth of $950 million.
Penis man.
They won't give him the $1 billion.
Nope, not even when he died.
His company's currently building a $1 billion retirement village, though.
It's a little late for that. He's dead.
Well, that's an expensive retirement village. If it's $1 billion, like, wow, that's a nice place. Yeah, you need $1 billion to get in.
That's got to be very cushy retirement for old parrot heads.
Oh, I see. So you're thinking he was building this specifically for all the parrot heads. Yeah. They were all going to come live there, and he would just play concerts.
Of course.
And he would still charge them for it.
Yeah, it's a premium. It's like you go to the state fair, but then you have to buy tickets to go see bands that play the state fair.
Tickets to see Europe on tour.
Yeah, I got a chance to see David Lee Roth with Weezer.
David Lee Roth opening for Air Supply.
Yeah, that's not that far off of a bill.
And he just wouldn't leave the stage, so he just kind of mumbled along with them.
I saw Peter Cetera. Not Chicago, just Peter Cetera.
At a Kentucky Fried Chicken, or like
he was just eating chicken.
He's just there. Hey, sing a song, man.
Do we have Joe today?
I don't know. He didn't say he's back from vacation. He didn't say he's still on vacation.
There's a lot of unknown things. We don't have. I'm trying to connect to the stream. I can't.
Uh-oh. We're having streaming problems.
I might not be able to connect to No Agenda. Let's see. They kick us off?
Probably.
I'll try one more time. What's on the No Agenda stream?
It's just instrumental weirdness. I'm not sure what's going on.
Okay. And then I try to connect, and I don't have permission to connect. It just keeps booting me off. So
they probably updated something and then didn't.
Yeah.
Let's see. Current playlist in rotation. What is currently playing there?
I don't know. I don't know what to say. Other than
what that is.
We might not be able to stream live. So it's all right.
See if I can get a.
There was probably some configuration change, and
nope,
since
never.
we are so down low on the pecking order there, they didn't tell us. Okay, let's start the show. What do you say, Cratchit?
I mean, I suppose since we're here and all.
Yeah. Let's do this shindig.
Do it.
Let's fight! Oh!
Come on, baby! Yay! I'm so happy. I call you done! You have become exceedingly slick. Chocolate chip. Come in here, come in! Yep, and nice pickle.
Live from Command Center Alpha 1, it's the Our Big Dumb Mouth podcast. Now, here's your hosts, Midnight Mike, Juicy Joe, a.k.a. Flametown, and Gretchen.
Read about it.
Hey everyone, welcome back to a brand new, fun-filled podcast adventure. Hooray! My name's Midnight Mike, and I'm getting the image board up on the screen. There we go. Gretchen's over there. Hey, how do you do?
You didn't sound very excited in the intro.
Oh, I'm excited.
Are you feeling obligated to be here now?
No. I mean, there's a certain obligation, sure. Once you start a task, I'll speak for myself. Once I start a task and have like a routine, it is very difficult for me to break that routine. There's good things about that and very bad things. I tend to just keep adding on more things without eliminating other tasks. So I'm running out of time and most importantly, downtime, free time, which I lack severely. And I thought, and I was just commenting about this in the Discord. Like the older I get, it seems like the less free time I'm having. I'm constantly in motion. I'm constantly doing things, and it's annoying. It really is.
Well, stop doing those things.
I just said I can't. It's tough for me to detach myself from some of the things I feel as though I'm obligated to do.
Like playing the video games.
I don't even have a lot of time to play video games. I wish I had more time to indulge. I just bought the brand new video game Starfield, produced by the same people that made Skyrim. It's a highly recognized development studio. They do these long, expansive RPG games. You can kind of go anywhere, do anything you want.
Oh, this is another space one. Yeah.
There's not
They're
like
all in space.
No, they're not. This is the first time that this studio has done a big space RPG game. And I'll have you know, out of all the characters I could have made, I made myself to be a space chef. Yay! I'm a big, fat space chef who will kill anybody who steps in my way, because I really mean business. I might be playing
this game looks identical to that
Star
Russian
Citizen.
one.
It looks like Star Citizen a little bit.
No, what's the Russian one that came out a few years ago? Nomansky.
Oh, No Man's Sky?
Yeah, Arnold Nomansky.
It has elements of No Man's Sky, but there are more RPG elements, more leveling up, more skill trees, and I honestly just like this studio's method of telling stories and allowing you to kind of pick your own path. It's not as free roaming and as open-ended as Star Citizen, because that thing is basically like a space pilot simulator. This one is a little bit more constrained. It's probably more easy to jump into if you're into that kind of thing. So I will be indulging in this game. I'll be streaming it on Discord for Discord people. I'm recording some things. I'll put up some videos at some point in time, but it is such a big game, I can't record everything. There are going to be like little slices of the game, and it's fun. I just wish I had more time to play it.
So these are the same guys who did Fallout and Elder Scrolls. Oh.
Yeah. That's a
Is it the same team or is it just the same studio?
Same studio. I don't know if it's the same team.
I mean, because they're on, like, it's been 157 years since they've released anything from Elder Scrolls. So
Yeah, I mean, they just kept, honestly, relaunching and remastering Skyrim over and over again for every platform because it's such a good game. And I think, at least from my initial playthrough, they have put that much care and effort into Starfield, where there are all these little side quests. There's all these little nooks and crannies you can explore and search and build and craft and level up. It's just amazing, right, Gretchen?
No.
Wrong.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. I wish Joe was here because I would talk to him about my my video game passions and complaints, but he's not here. Joe, unfortunately, is in parts unknown. I don't know where Joe is. A lot of people don't know where he is.
I'm assuming some sort of vacation sort of thing.
Yeah,
but,
yeah, he is. We'll touch base with Joe.
When's the last time Joe said anything? He's posting stuff in Discord this morning, so
Oh, okay.
probably posting from his phone from the turlet and whatever weird anarchist floating palace flying spaceship vacation they're on.
I think he went to go see a movie or something.
Well, so what I liked about the Pooh movie is that it was a new movie.
He went to go see the Pooh movie again.
See a Pooh movie.
He
Yeah,
loves.
two for the Pooh movie.
All right. Well, hey, we're gonna have a good time today. Maybe Joe will call in. We will open up the phone lines at a later time during the show. Thank you for everyone listening on Rumble and Twitch. We are not on No Agenda. We've been locked out. They locked us out. They shut the door, and we don't know what's going on over there. We can't stream to No Agenda. So I don't know if you maybe Booberry knows, maybe Sir Seat Sitter knows, but they.
I still think that word got to Adam about things being said, and a call was made to Ryan Bemrose.
Calls were
and they shut us
made,
down.
hands were shook, and we're locked out. That's okay. It's all right. Whatever happens, happens.
Drafting an angry letter from the attorneys right now.
It's definitely good to be a part of their world, but you know we have a different world, and I play Starfield now, so I can go to visit different worlds. All right, let's.
Wait, I'm reading about this. This says Starfield isn't even out yet. How are you?
No,
playing
I have an advanced copy. I got.
How did you get that?
I pre-ordered, and with a pre-order level, you get to play it 5 days in advance of all the other peons out there. I rarely buy video games, Cratchit, and when I buy a video game, I buy big. You know, I go in hard. I go all in.
What was that last one you were playing that was like the Keanu Reeves future one you were talking about?
Cyberpunk 2077.
Yeah, how'd that turn out?
It was all right.
Yeah.
They launched it with a lot of bugs, absolutely game-breaking bugs, and points where if you played the game a certain way, it would break. So if you decided to play Cyberpunk 2077 up to a point, it didn't allow you to progress the story anymore. You had to go to older save games and start kind of over. So
That's not good.
They fixed those bugs 2 years later, Cratchit, so no big deal.
No, it's all right. Yeah.
All right.
Now, your character in that one was also an overweight murderous chef, right?
That's correct.
Okay. Sensing a pattern here.
As big as I can make them in these games, as big as they let me.
Oh, do these have those, what do you call it, the creator things where you can change what you're...
Oh, yeah. I maxed out the weight, maxed out the pimples, maxed out the scars.
Do you wear a little chef's hat?
No. Well, I'll see if I can get one. They didn't start me off with one, but as
Well, then how do we know he's a chef?
It's his profession.
It's just his hobby.
It's his
Sounds
profession.
like murder is his profession.
I had a choice between like a space pirate or a space pilgrim or like some sort of mercenary or a chef, and I'll take the chef. It sounds
Wait,
stupid.
chef is actually one of the characters things you can create at the beginning?
Yeah,
Weird.
I took it. I'm like probably the only person that is playing as a chef.
The guy's playing as a chef.
You know who else was a chef was
Steven Seagal
Steven
in
Seagal.
Under Siege.
Yeah,
Some things never change.
yeah. He managed to win the day in that movie.
Hey, take those pies out of the oven.
I want you to take me someplace where I can find some drugs and some women.
Mr. Seagal, this is an interview on CNN.
All right. Well, let's get into some headlines here.
All right.
Why not? Let's have some fun.
I am tired.
So there's some big news that I want to tell everyone about out there. Some really big news that you need to know about. The Pentagon to release declassified UFO photos, videos, and reports on a new website.
This is quite the story.
Yes. On
The
a brand...
The website is going to be a factcheckgov.com?
Well, we'll find out.
All right.
So, let's see. There is a video for this. Do I dare try the video, or could it be a trap?
Oh, you think they tricked you with the pictures with text over top and crappy music?
It's possible. I will indulge because I'm just not in a reading mood. So we'll see what happens here. I will try. You've been warned, people. Oh, my God. Fox is blocking Chrome over here on my Mac, so I have to move to Brave. I got to double Brave it, double paste, triple play. Here we go.
There is a new tool tonight for people who say they have seen unidentified flying objects, UFOs, to report those sightings to the government. The website is designed to collect those stories and share the government's investigations with the public. That's new. This comes as many in Congress are pushing for further disclosures after startling accusations from a former intelligence official about what he called recovered alien technology. Chief National Security Correspondent Jennifer Griffin has details from the Pentagon tonight.
Under pressure from Congress, the Defense Department has finally launched a website to solicit videos and provide greater transparency about what it now calls UAPs, gay hookup site. Unidentified aerial phenomena. One-stop shopping for videos like this one. Wow, shot by two Navy F-18 Super Hornet pilots in 2015 on a training mission over the Atlantic. The website for the All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, or AARO, has finally been made public to comply with the 2023 National Defense Authorization Act.
I don't think so, today is what has been declassified to date. AARO is focused on the facts, taking in information, reviewing the facts, and then when possible, declassifying that information and making it available.
High traffic crashed the website last night. It's back up now, when this former Air Force intelligence officer presented himself as a whistleblower in July.
David Grush.
The Pentagon pushed back on his suggestion they had evidence of aliens.
Do we have the bodies of the pilots who piloted this craft?
Biologics came with some of these recoveries, yeah.
Were they, I guess, human or non-human biologics?
Exactly.
Non-human.
Now, Deputy Defense Secretary Kathleen Hicks is overseeing the Pentagon's UAP investigation team. She will hold weekly meetings to make sure that any unexplained phenomena are not adversaries with technology that could pose a national security threat to the United States. Brett?
Jennifer Griffin at the Pentagon. Jennifer, thank you.
Okay, buddy.
So all they have to do is say, no, it's a Chinese space balloon. We can't put it on the website.
That or anything that might jeopardize national security, but they could use that justification for pretty much anything. So, from what I heard, I try to pay attention to a lot of UFO news. It seems as though the most recent UFO committee hearing, the one that had David Grush and the two pilots, that didn't go over very well with some of the elders in the DOD, the elders in the Senate and the House.
Wait, you're gonna have to be more specific about elders. They're all elders.
I would say people that are that push mainstream narratives, like
the corporate media,
corporate stuff. They felt as though if there are to be more UFO hearings, those hearings could potentially embarrass the DOD. They could, and so they're looking to lock things down. They're looking to not do it the way it has been done before if they're going to continue on with this disclosure, which I can completely see. The AARO website. Yeah, this is like them trying to be transparent, but they're going to put out a bunch of BS. It's not going to be the good stuff that we want to see. It's going to be stuff that we've already seen before. Yeah, you might have access to mildly higher resolution stuff, but for the most part, it has been stuff that's already been released or talked about, I believe. 90% of it.
What was the long running program where pilots would report stuff?
Well, there's Blue Book, there's Grudge, and there's Sign.
I think it's Blue Book, the one where when they started releasing that stuff, it's just page after page after page after page of typewritten documents and people saying I was flying from here to there, I was at this altitude and coming out of this direction, saw this thing go that way. And it's just so yes, there's a lot of those reports, but are they the sort of things that we want to see? And the answer is no, because they're like, well, here you go, here's all the information. It's like, well, this is all boring and nobody cares.
There has been a recent round, I would say, well, recently classify that as the past 3 years of ex-CIA people, ex-intelligence-related people getting out into the UFO community, doing podcasts, and almost constructing a parallel narrative to the UFO topic. One of those people is Luis Elizondo. He is one of the primary reasons why the New York Times article was written. That guy has been pretty outspoken. He worked for, I think, the parts. He claims to have worked for the ATIP program. There's disagreements about his exact role in the whole UAP thing. They can't agree exactly on what his position was. But he's out there talking about UFOs. He's out there talking about the nature of humanity and reality. And there are other people like this person up on screen here. This headline here is ex-CIA officer's alien UFO encounter. He says there's a whole other reality that surrounds us. I'll read a little bit of this here. So the link between CIA and UFO mystery is dated back to 1947. Since then, many CIA officials and ex-U.S. military personnel propelled ufology by giving shocking statements. Former CIA and U.S. military officials such as R. James Woosley, Daryl Sims, Luis Elizondo, and David Fravor described how the existence of reality all around us and that we are unable to perceive what could be a major aspect of the UFO phenomenon. Recently, two veteran CIA officers, Jim Simivan and John Ramirez, who have expressed personal interest in UFO, UAP issues and cases, joined George Knapp to discuss the CIA's role in the study of UFOs and their own experiences. Now, Jim Simivan, most notably in recent times, was sidled up next to Tom DeLonge and the To the Stars Academy. Now, this is where I have a conflict, Cratchit, and I think a lot of people in the UFO community have a conflict. When do you believe the CIA and when don't you? They're obviously, they have their own agenda. And do you play devil's advocate here? Like say, this devil's advocate's talking about the CIA. They are, for what we believe, they're Americans. They're much like anybody else. They're just us. They're trying to do what's best for the country, humans, their neighbors, friends, and family. And what they do is maybe to ultimately benefit the United States and their friends and family. Is that unreasonable to assume? Or do you think that they always have some sort of secret agenda to maintain power?
I don't think it's about maintaining power as much as maintaining informational awareness of things. So
yeah,
if it's not coming, if it's not, if it's not something they're wholly tied into, then I don't think they're committed to it.
Yeah, so it's weird. Like with every piece of disinformation, there are elements of truth. And I'll read a little bit about what the Jim Simivan here said in relation to the UFO phenomenon. And yeah, here it is. So in the first half of the interview, Simivan said, I think they mentioned that the phenomenon is a natural part of our universe and we're living in it, but we don't recognize it. The same way that insects and animals don't recognize the human universe. A cat and a dog could be running through a library, but they don't have the faintest idea what the books are all about and what libraries are about. we might be walking through our existence, and there's a whole nother reality that surrounds us that we simply just don't have the ability to see or interact with, which is an analogy that I could have sworn. I was spending much of this morning pre-show trying to find this clip from Luis Elizondo saying pretty much the same thing, that we could be dogs running through the library unaware of what we're running through. Like the same kind of language and analogies used to describe this phenomenon. So either they came to this conclusion in analogies separately by themselves, or they talked or heard one another use this analogy and repeated it because it made sense to them, or they're using this as a script to say the same thing. It's hard to know which one of those things is true. It goes on to say, it seems to be peeking inside our little consensus reality. As I explained to somebody once, it comes close, it teases us, it cajoles us, it lies to us, but you never take it home to meet your parents. It won't allow you to do that. There's no formal introduction. Add on top that there's no ontology, which is just a fancy word. It basically means there's no structure to even discuss this. We don't have a common lexicon. Somebody said we have dots but no connections. I don't even think we have the dots, he said. So he's talking about the UFO phenomenon in general, which is all-encompassing because this guy, I believe, also has claimed to have had a poltergeist experience where he visited, I think he may have visited Skinwalker Ranch or some highly paranormal area. And soon thereafter, there was a hitchhiker effect where he took home in his backpack or something like that, a poltergeist that then harassed his family and much of the neighborhood for a period of a few weeks. And I think that story is told in the book Skinwalkers at the Pentagon. And there is a segment in the Pentagon that recognizes this phenomenon. And some believe it's the devil that is satanic in nature. The other side of it, this thinks that it's a natural part of a reality, and we should seek to communicate, understand it, negotiate with it if we can, and maybe even exchange and barter with it for goods and services, possibly. So this is where it gets bizarre. Do you believe what these ex-CIA people are telling us, the public, or should this all be taken with a grain of salt, just like anything else around the UFO conversation? That's where it's a bit of a conundrum. Okay. Crash, your thoughts?
Sorry,
No?
I'm digging for that Lou Elizondo clip. See if I can find it.
So I thought I heard it on The Theory of Everything. That guy.
Well, I found Bob Lazar referencing it, but it's not sure if he references the library thing, but I'm not sure if it's from the same source. So I'm digging around.
Yeah. So I thought I heard it on The Theory of Everything. That guy seems to get some pretty good interviews. But so we have this ex-CIA guy, I'm using quotes right there, Jim Smithant. We have the former DIA ATIP, Luis Elizondo. Then we talked about the former CIA guy, Jack Savati, last episode. So a lot of ex-CIA guys coming out and telling people what reality is not. And what they're saying reality is not pretty much is that the stories of the Bible are not exactly what they appear to be. They're metaphors for possibly ultra-terrestrials, ETs, and that we are not top dog on the food chain. That we appear to be, well, we're middleweight. We're not heavyweights in the food chain. We're middleweights, maybe cruiserweights. Okay, that's about what we are. Bantamweight.
Mm-hmm.
So there we go. So concerning stuff. Let's see here. Since we're talking about UFOs, I'll just bring up this other UFO story right here. There we go. And it says, Congress is intrigued by UFO testimony, says Jeff Duncan.
This is quite the story.
That's not that good. Recent claims concerning UFOs and alien biologics have reportedly intrigued several members of Congress. Last month, the subcommittee hearing on the topic of UFOs certainly brought some interesting claims to light, including those from David Grush, who maintained that the U.S. government found non-human biologics at UFO crash sites and had been covering up the evidence for years. So, most recently, U.S. Rep. Jeff Duncan offered his thoughts when the conversation turned towards UFOs and alien visitation at the annual Faith and Freedom Barbecue in South Carolina.
That's where I expect disclosure.
Yeah, why not? Over some pulled pork. Quote, I'm not in those hearings. I've talked to my colleagues, he said. I'm very intrigued about it. They believe what they've heard. We'll see. I'm kind of excited to think about that. I don't know what the truth is. I think the truth is out there. I don't know what the truth is. I think the truth is out there.
Exactly.
That's what he said.
And that's where you'd cut to the credits of that starting, and then you'd start that episode of The X-Files.
Another little meme that has been in the UFO community, I would say for the past week and a half, 2 weeks, is that the thought that, and even Bob Lazar, I think this recently came to light and been promoted, that said that us humans, our bodies are just shells and containers for souls. So that's being recycled. That us humans are just containers for souls that is being recycled. I talked about that a few months ago when I talked about the alien interview from Roswell, and now it's being brought up again. So I don't know why. I don't know what's going on here.
Well, and we've heard that for years about the aliens not able to elevate their own, to different planes of existence. Based, they don't have souls, so they have to use other shells, other creatures for that sort of that sort of activity. So that's been a common trope for years.
Yeah. I think that. When it comes to which narrative is more correct, the CIA narrative that there is a phenomenon and it is indescribable, intangible technology that we can never know, or it is the narrative, this tech is ancient and it's pretty much ultra-terrestrial in origin, meaning that it has been around probably since the time of Atlantis, and that technology survives in elite circles. You can call them Men in Black or, I don't know, Knights of Malta. I would lean in the direction of ancient tech at this point. I think that people like the dark journalist are more correct in that thought process, and that there is enough occult evidence to support that, ranging from even as recently as Coral Castle and how that thing was built, that there is some occult tech that is not super hard to recreate and use. It's just a few missing critical variables from your average person just can't put it together. But some people out there have been able to do it.
I'm curious if you're probably aware of it. I don't know if you've dug into it yet or had a chance with all your other tasks, obligations, and video games. But Jeremy Corbell and George Knapp were both on Joe Rogan this week.
Yeah, I
just wonder if anything new came from that.
You know what? I did watch a little bit of that. I like both those people. It's just Jeremy Corbell is a little too hyperactive for me. Mm-hmm. And I think they both have the best of intentions when it comes to understanding the nature of this reality. But it comes down to presentation. I like George Knapp because he seems like a more straight-ahead news guy.
Yeah, because George Knapp has that background in television news. And so he presents these topics the same way he would any other tale. So
Corbell is of my generation. He's I would say, I would place him, he is the Fred Durst of ufology. Yeah.
What the hell does that mean?
Well, you know who Fred Durst from Limp Bizkit is. He knows how to make a splash, and he can make a scene, get noticed But when it comes to substance and thought-provoking narratives, I go to George Knapp or somebody else. I don't go to Jeremy Corbell for that kind of stuff.
I thought you meant that he wears his hat backwards all the time.
I wish you would. Get some tattoos. Do it for the nookie, my friend. He's doing it all for the nookie is what I'm trying to say.
Piss.
Well, we're going to move on and talk about some other stories here. I could talk about UFOs all day. And
no, really?
I mean, I talk about this stuff with my wife. Thank God she is into this stuff
like,
too.
Mike, shut up. Save it for your show.
No, we talk about she comes at it from a different angle because she listens to different angles on similar topics. She has the background more of like spirituality and astrology and kind of like what it all means metaphysically. I dig into like the nuts and bolts kind of what are these machines and who knows how to use them.
And where can I buy one?
Where can I get a machine?
What kind of gas does it take?
No one's telling me. But we'll do some more headlines here. No! No, 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 no! No! See what I got on the docket. I'll bring this up because this kind of touches on the theory of our origin as a species. So here's the headline here: a sensational theory about a civilization-ending comet in ancient Ohio has been retracted.
Wait, say that again. The comet's been retracted, or the theory?
The theory about a civilization-ending comet. The theory about that has been retracted. So here's the key takeaways from this. The Hopewell culture in Midwestern U.S. Developed a sprawling trade network and built monumental ceremonial earthworks between roughly 100 and 500 A.D.
They built the mounds, right?
The mound builders. Yeah, the mound built Serpent Mound. A lot of the mounds in southern Ohio built by this culture.
But isn't that all in a giant? It's in a massive depression, a caldera, a crater.
Yeah, it's right next to one. Yeah, correct.
So is that what this is about?
Yes.
Oh. I did
it. They're claiming the original theory is that this civilization was wiped out by some comet impact. Last year. Yeah.
I've never heard that theory.
I've never heard that either.
They died from warring with other tribes and disease like everybody else.
So last year, a team of researchers from the University of Cincinnati presented evidence that a comet airburst triggering a shockwave and fires contributed to the demise of the Hopewell culture. More recently, a dissenting team of scientists refuted those claims, insisting instead that the Hopewell culture simply fizzled out over time due to politics, economics, and settlement pattern changes. I was like, so when I visited the Serpent Mound, I did a little bit of research, and what I was digging around into is that the Serpent Mound was actually built on the edge of the crater of an impact, a comet impact. And what makes that significant is sometimes, like, these impacts also carry with them elements that are not naturally occurring on this Earth, like iridium.
Mm-hmm.
And iridium, high deposits of iridium also just so happen to coincide with high amounts of paranormal activity for whatever reason. And that maybe they built this serpent on the edge of the mound in order to line up directly with not only like planetary bodies, but also to harness some kind of energy coming directly from that impact crater. It's also rumored that it wasn't just the Hopewell possibly responsible for these earthworks, but a race of red-haired giants. And that oftentimes when these earthworks were dug up in the late 1800s, early 1900s, it wasn't just a mound to point at a specific planetary body. There were actually burial mounds for giants in some instances that has been squirreled away and basically put up on a shelf and forgotten about, mainly in part due to the Smithsonian, as some claim, I tend to believe that. I think that the Smithsonian has covered up a number of claims because it didn't fall in line with mainstream scientific dogma.
Story after story of stuff getting shipped to the Smithsonian and it just getting archived and stuck away in their basements and whatnot, and they never publish it, never display it, never research it, any of that.
Yeah. But I remember when I went down there for I met some people from listen to this show who were down there. I met some Grimerica people, and they weren't there, but I was watching somebody give a talk about the burial mounds, and they were suggesting that people who dare question the origin of the earthworks there, specifically like Serpent Mound, and want to say that it was built by a race of giants as opposed to traditional Native American culture, the conspiracy theorists or the alternate history theorists are all white supremacists because it is invalidating the works of the Native Americans. It's like, no, it's just a different theory.
Wow, people really got a hair up their ass.
They really did. And it's like, well, there's Native American stories of them interacting with giants. There's Native American stories of them interacting with Sasquatch and Bigfoot. That doesn't invalidate their experiences and what they built as a culture or their wars or battles that they waged. We're just simply suggesting that there could be much more. There's much more than just us humans. And hell, even the CIA just said that. Ex-CIAers are basically saying, us humans, we are on the middle rung of the food chain. And who do you think would be on a bigger rung on the food chain, Gretchen? An 8-foot red-haired giants? Or do you think the Native Americans?
I'd say probably robots of some sort.
Well, yeah, but I didn't ask you if there are robots involved. We haven't got to the robot talk yet.
Maybe the 8-foot tall red-haired giants aren't good at making weapons.
Yeah,
robot computers.
Well, it was also
that is how the Homo sapiens took out the what the hell are the Neanderthals, Homo
erectus?
Homo erectus, whatever they are. That's how we killed all them. It was like we were slightly smarter and could make better weapons.
Yeah.
So fuck those guys. Even though they were bigger and stronger, they weren't quite as clever.
Took them out with silencers in the middle of the night.
Like, sat up all night reassembling our M4s.
Yeah.
It's just the way to do it. So it's not to say that it's impossible that, yes, something that is physically larger or stronger, 8-foot tall red-haired giants versus Homo sapien American Indians would they would have a better, be able to take them out. So,
yeah.
I don't know.
Apparently they weren't high enough on the food chain because they're not roaming around right now. Not that we know of. At least not in the numbers that we are.
Bunch of lazy bastards.
Yeah.
Maybe they just went back to their home planet, like Poochie.
Possibly. It's like, this place sucks.
I'm out of here. Well, we had that one story, the lady talking with that alien who just hated Earth. Like, your planet sucks.
Look at this shit. They got the hell out of here the first chance they could. Like, our flying acorn crashed. This place sucks.
So, reading about the meteor impact near Serpent Mound, they said they date it to somewhere between 248 and 286 million years ago. So there must be a second theory about the airburst.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Well, that theory is often talked about by Graham Hancock. And as he visited the globe in different ancient sites, there seems to be a common story of some sky event. Some cataclysmic sky event that demolished those ancient cultures, but left some of those structures intact. And he is theorizing that, yeah, there was some sort of comet that took out a good chunk of human civilization at that time. So now where it actually impacted, that's up for debate. But, okay.
Well, there's any number of stories about that going back to history. Any sort of event taking place in the sky was seen as some sort of prophetic sign, whether or not it was or not. But, you can always retroactively make those things align with whatever theory or whatever prophecy or whatever you want to do.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to bring up some concerning news. Why not? Let's get concerned.
Oh, I hit the glory hole right here.
Here we go. X, a.k.a. Twitter, updates terms and conditions.
You have to say X, formerly known as Twitter.
X, formerly known as Twitter. Updates terms and conditions can now harvest users' biometric information, including fingerprints, face recognition, eye tracking data, job and educational history. There you go.
Oh, really?
Well,
I'm not. Yeah, that raises so many questions because I'm not aware of Twitter having access to any of that information.
So it would only allow me. Okay, I have to then assume that the front-facing camera on your phone is on and is taking shots to get your eyes whenever it can. And that if you use your fingerprint to unlock your phone, it also captures that. That these apps by default have access to that stuff. And Twitter, like all these social media companies are just taking it. X, aka Twitter, formerly known as Twitter, is now saying in the terms and conditions that we're just going to be storing that on file just in case we ever need it. But you know why they're doing that, right? Yeah.
I'm guessing when you're referring to some of the things you're talking about on some lower, let's phrase this carefully, lower tier Android phones that are not as security conscious, I suppose.
I mean, well, you could unlock your phone, your iPhone,
but that information never leaves the phone, nor does it leave the system, because the applications aren't talking to that API. They're talking to the system API. So your fingerprint reader simply flags that you have unlocked, and the applications that talk to the system about that, they don't have access to the actual fingerprint information.
Then how is X getting access to that fingerprint information?
That's my question. This sounds either like bullshit or on shitty phones. And there are a lot of shitty phones out there.
I don't. I mean, what you said sounded correct. I don't know if I believe it, but we'll find out.
Let me find this link. What link is this? Dig into your news stories here.
It comes from the Daily Mail. That's the originating source of this. So, the social media platform formerly known as Twitter can now harvest your biometric data and DNA and my DNA.
Yeah, are you peeing into your phone? What is happening here?
Blood.
Oh, yeah, stop putting blood in your phone.
Yes.
In a pool of blood.
Oh, do you store your phone in a pool of blood?
I do. That's how it charges. A new update quietly added to the platform's privacy policy says that X has now permission to harvest its users' fingerprints, retinal scans, voice, and facial recognition in keystroke patterns. The update would mean that anybody who uses fingerprint validation to log into the app from their phone, as I just said, post selfies or videos to the platform, or speaks their mind on X Spaces could see their unique biometric data cataloged by the company. The new policy, which describes its interest in users' biometric as for safety and security and identification purposes, also added the platform's intent to scrape up data on users' job history, educational background, and job searches. So they want everything on you, because he wants to turn this into the Chinese version of WeChat, which is the one-stop app for banking, communication, and authentication. That's what he wants.
Yep. We've been hearing about this for a while, and it still amuses me. I mean, I have a not nascent, that's the wrong term. I have a rarely used Twitter account for work stuff, and I look at it once every couple of weeks, and there's a lot of people in there who are just still apoplectic about Elon Musk for some reason, that Twitter is apparently a haven for hate speech and racism and it's terrible, and yet these same people are on there all day long blasting away. So it started as this like collection of people all talking about the same IT topics, and now they're just all over the place in random shit, and it's just like, don't these folks have jobs? Shouldn't they be doing something else?
No. That is their job.
Well, I think they would like to think it's their job. I guarantee I know it's not, but.
Oh, boy.
Now, the scraping of data from other places, hey, if you put your, your LinkedIn profile link in your Twitter profile, then it's easy for them to say, oh, here's Mike's Twitter account. Mike was kind enough to link his LinkedIn. We'll just go there and grab that information. I mean, you put your shit out there on the internet. Why not? That's your problem. The biometrics is and the DNA stuff is also that's where I raise question at that.
That's a little hinky, as Letterman would say.
I'm just
little hinky.
Hinky. What is this hinky? What's hinky? What's hinky mean? It's hinky. It's weird. I'm still curious where they're getting that information.
Yes. And why would Apple or Android allow that information to funnel to these apps? It seems like that is a breach of security.
I don't believe they do. So that's the thing. I think even the Windows Hello system does not share this specific biometric information with the applications. It shares it's just using a logic flag through the API to allow applications to see that somebody has authenticated, but that information never leaves. So this is where I'm not sure. Are they just using boilerplate in their new terms and services that has that sort of language in it? Because if you recall years ago, and you can find this, years ago, the iTunes terms of service had references to nuclear and biological weapons in it. And you could go look that up.
For what purposes?
Because they were using boilerplate language that said that we don't want you to be using this software and any sort of program or any sort of facility that develops these. It was just, because it's one of those, you get the updated version and there's 87 pages of stuff that nobody reads. And that's just the stuff that was in there. They eventually did take that out, but you can go find those stories. This was 10 or 12 years ago. You can go find those stories still out there on it. And I'm wondering if that's the same thing that Twitter said, they're including as much language as they can, as much, it's the shotgun approach. We're going to cast as wide a net as possible to make sure we're covered, just in case down the road they came out with, and maybe to your point, their own Twitter phone or their X phone, that maybe they then would have that biometric information on their device, but not necessarily getting it from everybody else. Maybe.
Well, maybe they had Chat GPT write it for him. So
that's also possible. There's we just heard the story about the guy who was doing he was an attorney, and he was using Chat GPT for research, and it turns out Chat GPT was making up court cases.
Oh wow!
And so he was referencing those, and they weren't even real court cases. So it's possible that someone either at Twitter Legal or whatever legal firm they're working with to update their terms of service used one of these large language models to generate this text, and that stuff just was in there. So
okay, buddy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ask Jordan Peterson. That's who I ask.
Okay, buddy.
That said, maybe this also is some sort of harbinger. They are working with hardware manufacturers, and it may not be for the U.S. market. Laws are different, especially related to biometrics and personal privacy. Mm-hmm. Let's say they were going to release an X phone in China.
Yeah, exactly.
Then they're going to want all that shit.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
You know damn well what you're doing, mister, and shame on you.
Stern words for Elon Musk.
You think he just calls random people, says that, and hangs up?
Mister. Let me tell you something, mister. I'll bring us some more headlines here, and we'll open up the phones here in a little bit. Oh, boy. Here we go. Since we're talking about AI, technology, and all that kind of stuff, let's bring this up on screen right here, right now. AI-powered apps let you chat with Jesus and other biblical figures.
Man, I got mixed emotions about this one.
I wouldn't mind talking with Jesus. He might
he lives across the street from me. Jesus.
Oh, Jesus. No, this is Jesus.
Jesus Mendoza. He's a nice guy.
Well, maybe he might have unique insights into the nature of this reality. You should go talk to him.
I'll go talk to him right now. I'll be right back.
Yeah. Find out. What if he does better job than this chat AI pretending to be Jesus.
Maybe this is his job.
Maybe he's just on there.
He just responds to.
He's got like
questions.
5 phones going at once, like typing to people. A room full of phones. Text with Jesus is a new instant messaging application powered by.
Is that what it's called?
Text with Jesus. Can I do this right now? How do I get
live
on board?
the show? Yeah, what's the link here?
Text with Jesus. I have some questions I got to ask him.
Where are my keys?
Where are my keys?
If anyone would know, you would, Jesus.
Should I take this job? Oh, I got to download it from the App Store.
Oh, it's a mobile only. Oh,
it's
trash.
A divine connection in your pocket. Well, I'll do that. I'll download it right now.
I'll tell you, I got a divine connection going to my pocket right now. Wait.
What?
Not what I meant.
How could you have done this?
I'm going to get this.
Text with text.me/Jesus. What the?
I'm getting this right now on my phone. How much?
Scroll down. Scroll down to the next picture on the website.
It's like Jesus smiling and texting with 2 girls, probably sexting. I don't know. Maybe just sending some D-pics. Who knows?
God.
Users can find comfort, guidance, and inspiration through their conversations. The app is a tool for reflection and learning, not a replacement for prayer or personal growth.
Don't do it, Jesus. Elon Musk has your eyeballs now.
Text. Do you think they have a version of Text with Mohammed?
Can you ask them all the same questions? I'd like to text with Buddha, please.
With Jesus.com. I'm going to text with Jesus. I'm going to ask him all my needs. Like, who should I bet on? The Browns or the Bills? Ask him sports questions.
Just start asking him random recipe questions.
Yeah. Hey, Jesus, I got an apple, I got a Top Gun DVD, and a pickle. What do you want me to do with these things? Yeah,
I don't have enough feta cheese to finish my lasagna. What can I use instead? You can mix mayonnaise and grated Parmesan. God, Jesus just does everything.
Text with Jesus. You also, or pick a character below and start a new chat. I can chat with Mary, Joseph, Peter. They have Judas on here. Yeah, I can talk with Judas. Hey,
just
Judas.
tells you the wrong information.
Judas, I got this friend. He's always spouting off all these things.
Your government seems to want to know about him.
A lot of people want to know about this guy. What should I do, Judas?
These AI pictures down at the bottom, like the AI picture of James, looks like Mel Gibson. The AI picture of Jonah looks like Russell Crowe.
Hear this? So it's saying, hey there. I'm going to say, okay. Hi, Jesus. He says, hi there, my friend. I'm Jesus Christ. I'm here to chat and walk alongside you on this journey. Okay. Hi. My name is Mike.
Use Michael. It's a Bible app. You got to use Michael.
All right, you're right.
Or Crypto.
Yeah, my name is Crypto. Of course. My name's Crypto. I have a gay anarchist friend who is always on vacation.
Suspect he's involved in the illegal drug trade.
He's always on vacation. I suspect he's up to no good.
No good in my neighborhood.
Dude, no good. What should I make for dinner?
Complete non sequitur.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, this says, so what do you get for premium? It says premium version of this is $30.
Probably get free pictures. He said, yeah. And this is what Jesus just told me. Hello, Crypto. It's good to meet you. When it comes to making dinner, how about preparing something simple yet delicious? Maybe a hearty vegetable stir fry with some tofu of your choice of protein. You can add a variety of colorful veggies like bell peppers, broccoli, and carrots, or snap peas. Don't forget to season with some soy sauce or your preference of spices for an extra kick. Remember, it's important to approach others with love and respect, regardless of their beliefs and lifestyle choices. As I mentioned in Matthew 22:39, you shall love your neighbor as yourself. So let's extend that kindness and understanding towards our friends as we share a meal together. Enjoy cooking. Hey, thanks, Jesus.
All right. One thing just occurred to me. He gave you a suggestion for dinner. He also advised that you be nice to Joe, because even though you may not share the same lifestyle, he's still a person and you should be friendly. He did not advise that you invite Joe to dinner.
No.
I sure am hungry.
Yeah, or Chris Rock. Why didn't you invite Chris Rock to dinner?
Yeah. Well, there you go, people. If you're looking for some spiritual guidance.
And a meal suggestion.
Or dinner or meal suggestions. As displayed here on the show, Text with Jesus can help with pretty much any problem. In fact, you should talk to him about UFOs. I'd be very curious.
Ask him about disclosure.
Okay, what do you want me to say, Christian? What's the question?
Why are you hiding all the UFOs? That's what I want to know.
Okay. Okay. How about what is the nature of UFOs?
All right, that's a little more Jesus-ish, I guess.
Yeah, I don't want to offend him. You know, he could drop off at any time.
We have a suggestion from the chat. Blazing River says they should call it the Hey Joe app. It would just be you talking to... Wait, which Joe? Like Joe from our show or Joe Biden?
Joe from our show. That'd be easy to do. Yeah.
Bake me a fucking cake!
Yep. That's the response you get when you ask for meal suggestions.
Fuck you!
This is what Jesus said about the nature of UFOs, or unidentified flying object, has been a topic of much speculation and curiosity. While the Bible does not explicitly mention UFOs, it does remind us that there are many things in heaven and earth that are beyond our understanding. In Isaiah 55:8-9, it is written, For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways. For the heavens and the higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways. It's important to keep an open mind and approach to these phenomenon with discernment. While some sightings may have logical explanations, like natural phenomenon or man-made objects, others remain unexplained. As believers, we should focus on seeking the truth and understanding God's creation while remaining grounded in his teachings. Okay. There you go. Middle of the road Jesus. Milquetoast Jesus right there. So.
All right. What'd you expect him to say? Dude, don't tell anybody, but UFOs are totally real. Just don't believe that Grush guy. He's full of shit.
What if I say, my penis is 18 inches long? What should I do?
Well, why would you tell anybody that, let alone Jesus?
Why would you tell the world that if your penis was 18 inches?
I think you can have other issues.
I guess
you get the beans above the Frank.
You got to tell everyone. You have to do it at that point. Yeah.
I have to do it.
All right. I tell you what, everyone. What I'm going to do, everyone, right now, I'm going to do a little drawbridge of donations. Yes. Got some people to thank out there. A lot of thanks to give. Too many people to thank. So let's get the drum roll going. Here we go. All right, let me lower the drawbridge right here. Come on. Lower the drawbridge. I'm going to start walking across that thing right there. Slap the donkey of destiny right there. And seems to be a fly buzzing around
There's
here.
A bunch of flies in there.
It's been stinky. We haven't been in here very long, in a while to clean it up. Oh, just broke a window. Let's open up the garage door. The drawbridge actually leads to a garage door. Oh, there's my Plymouth Laser. Make sure that thing's locked up. There's Bogey. There's Mr. Mustache. Let's pop something in a microwave just for fun. Let's do that. Start a
microwave in the garage.
That's where I keep it. It's the man cave. There we go. Get that thing going. There's the sheep right there. There's my chickens. Hey, chickens. Hi. There's the some kind of owl. I don't know what the owl is doing there.
That was a sad dog.
And he'd start breaking some glass right there.
How many windows do you have in your garage?
I got 500 windows. 500 windows. And here we go. Here's some announcements of people to thank. Here we go.
Hello. This is Governor Ron DeSantis. That's right, old Ronnie boy. Our big dumb mouth would like to thank all the good people making donations. Here's the Patreon people. Juju, Sketchy Bernine, Joey A, Thomas M, Jake's Flakes, Jeffro, Scott B, Chappie, Eric F, Pulverized, Mark M, Quinn Burley, Drew W, Lily A, Joshua, Dean T, O Steve, Ryan Fusco, Cutter, Daniel JB.
There's the Patreon people. Recently, I'm sure I may have missed a few people in there. I'll make good here.
Did he say Scoppy Choppy at the beginning?
Let's listen.
Hello. This is Governor Ron DeSantis. That's right, old Ronnie boy. Our big dumb mouth would like to thank all the good people making donations. Here's the Patreon people. Juju, Sketchy Bernine, Joe.
Sketchy Bernine.
No, keep going.
A, Thomas M, Jake's Flakes, Jeffro, Scott B, Chappie, Eric F,
Scoppy Chappie.
Scoppy Chappie. Let's thank some people on PayPal. Thank you, Ronnie.
Works here are the PayPal people. Michael V, Herman from Holland, Michael K, Andrew G, Wise Wolf Gold and Silver Exchange, Tyler F, Timothy T, Sir, Seat Sitter, a.k.a. Skidmark, Kevin F, Ashley M.
Thank you. And for our Subscribe Star people.
And the Subscribe Star. User #16 F1D1 F6. Too many mate Ace. Too many meat ice. Dennis J Mailbox Head. Felix. Tone the Buntwood.
I have to work out the kinks with doing that.
Apparently, just pasting a whole bunch of usernames into that generator does not create the correct diction or
it does not. I was hoping
syntax.
I was hoping to create an automated solution. So as people roll in, it gets funneled to text, and then I have the text, and I can just automatically have it read out. So there's more of a cadence in a regular segment, and it's done automatically through like a cron job. But obviously, there are kinks that need to be worked out.
What'd you do?
Here's a question, and probably of interest to some of the listeners as well. If I want to donate, which one is the best one to donate that OBDM gets the biggest cut? Subscribe Star, Patreon, or PayPal? PayPal by far?
PayPal, they only take out a certain percentage. Patreon, well, I do like it better because that's where all the extra content, Art Bell content gets posted, so there's more benefit there. But ultimately, we're going to be moving to, I think, locals. I need to figure out locals because that is attached to Rumble. And while I don't want to invest too much in one platform, it does seem like there are more options with locals.com. And I just need to figure out how to use it effectively to post the content, have a private RSS feed, and all that jazz. It's just it's a new tool set to use and to figure out how to give other weird content for all the supporters out there.
And I did want to point out to people, you just mentioned it there as far as additional content that comes out through Patreon and whatnot. You post a ton of stuff. I was looking here so going back to, say, beginning of, so through August, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, at least by my count, things you posted just in August for people on the Patreon.
It's just, you can't listen to it all. You have to pick
you have to
pick and choose. There's like UFO clips. There are segments from like little audiobooks here and there. There are segments from Art Bell. There's just
a lot of Art Bell, yeah.
Like it's basically the Art Bell archive in sequence from like the mid 90s up until
but it's your curated selections from Art Bell. It's not just you're dumping the entire thing in.
I'm giving some good stuff. And I mean, obviously there's some hidden miss stuff in there too. So, but it's all there, people. And there's a lot of stuff on there. I don't know what other people post, like other creators, but my wife tells me that I post too much. So maybe I do, but I like to give people a bang for their buck. So we really thank everyone for supporting the show as we march to 4 million subscribers.
The march to 4 million.
We have a ways to march. There's no doubt about that.
We're getting closer.
Every day. So let's move over. Before we get you, Cratchit, let's open up the phone lines just for a few calls, okay? All right?
Well, it depends on what quality of the calls we get.
You're right. It does depend on quality.
Go ahead and take the phone calls.
614-388-9109. Or you can Skype directly in using our big dumb mouth. Yeah.
Actually, hit your Skype button and cut you off for a minute.
Yeah. Make sure your Skype is clear and you're not talking directly into your shoe. But definitely
hold your shoe slightly off to one side.
Yeah, we'll take some phone calls here. Caller, you are on the air.
Hello. Hey, what up, boys? Sequoia Kid, Columbus, Ohio.
You're in Columbus, Ohio?
Yes, sir.
Oh my God! What parts of Columbus?
Well, you may know me from my other role as the drunk guy talking to you about Dog Man at the Sam Tripoli show.
Oh yeah, hey,
we met one time before.
Yeah, we met. It was great. It was great meeting you and your friends.
Yeah, great show. I mean, I wish he'd come back, but I was kind of shocked at how small the show was. But I figured it'd be bigger than it was, but still great.
It was great seeing Sam. Hopefully next time he comes back, he'll bring Eddie Bravo and some of the other tinfoil hat people, and they'll do a full show. I hope so.
Hey, well, just wanted to call in, let you guys know I love you. I told you I'd call in. That was like a year ago, so finally we're doing it. But
well, I appreciate you keeping your word.
On hold this whole time. Holy shit!
Yeah, I have. It's crazy. You guys are killing me. But just one thing, like back to the stuff you're talking about, the smoke or the fog, a few weeks back.
Oh yeah, the time storms.
Right. So just one thing about Dog Man, that one guy in Wisconsin that has the farm where allegedly by Bray Road,
mm-hmm.
when he said he had it on camera, basically put a deer carcass out and a game camera in front of it. And basically the smoke went in front of the game camera and then the kill was gone and it never caught anything on camera except a cloud of smoke.
Great memory on that. I completely forgot about that. But yeah, in the I forget, Small Town Monsters, I think, put out a documentary called The Beast of Bray Road, and there is trail cam footage of a carcass, and then over top the carcass is this mist, this weird kind of white mist that is clearly visible. It's incredible. Great memory.
Yeah, it just kind of jumped in my mind when you started talking about that, and it's been kind of been same with the trap doors when these dogmen have appeared, like with the one sheriff was in the other Small Town Monsters, the guy who was out hunting in the LBL, and he heard that same like missing 411 trap door open too, so a little bit of overlap there. I just wanted to mention it.
Yeah, a lot of these weird paranormal things, they have overlap. So it does seem like there's like an origin, one source for the paranormal, and all these different little cryptids and UFOs step through that source and manifest and come in and do whatever they're going to do. Then they leave.
All right. Well, hey, I'll let you guys go, but have a great weekend and hopefully just blow me up.
You got it, man. Hey, thanks for calling, buddy.
All right. Take care. Bye.
Caller, you are on the air.
Hello.
Hey, guys. How's it going?
We're doing well. Who are we talking to?
This is Tommy from PA.
From PA?
Yes, sir.
We're at in PA. Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Well, nice to have you on the horn. What's on your mind?
Not much. I just wanted to say I was curious as to the AI Jesus. Did you guys ask it what its agenda was? You should ask it about climate change and see how woke AI Jesus is.
Okay, that's a good call on that one. Yeah.
We should see who's behind it and who's Like, how does AI Jesus feel about climate change?
So here's the thing. With a good number of these AI apps, they're all using the same API, which I think hooks up to ChatGPT and OpenAI. And as they basically piggyback off that API, they're also piggybacking off their curtailed natural language model. So it's tough for them, the Jesus app, to go around what has already been curated and deemed offensive or too controversial. So we'd have to have a brand new natural language model to get something that is truly interesting.
Gotcha. Cool. Well,
awesome.
The other thing I want to let you know is as far as your 4 million viewers that you need, I had to train a guy the other day. I spent about 3/4 of my day driving around. He got in the car and he wanted to play some music, and it was Thursday morning, and I said, "Nope, we're listening to OBDM." And he was like, "What the fuck is that?" I said, "It's a podcast." Apparently, this guy never listened to a podcast, but we got in the car, and about after 10 minutes, he asked who you were, and he subscribed. So I got you one.
Hey, man, I appreciate it. That's what you like. Hold people down and force them to listen. You trapped them in the car.
That's right.
Like it.
He was stuck in the car with me. I said, "Yeah, I play podcasts with people I train, so I don't have to have awkward conversations."
Yeah.
I get someone subscribed to OBDM. So there you go.
Well, that's awesome. We really appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Giving me a knobber.
All right, guys. You have a good day.
Thank you, man. You got it. Well, we had 2 good calls in a row. Do we ruin it with a third? I say we do. Someone else wants to call in, and then we're going to go over there. Are you playing Angry Birds over there, Cretched?
I'm chatting with Jesus about climate change.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Yeah, I'm pretty sure what I said about their API is absolutely true, that the natural language model has already been curated. I mean, they went through these growing pains fairly early on with ChatGPT 2.5 and 3, and that's when they had to step in and say, no, the AI is getting a little too rambunctious. It's fun. It was much more fun that way, but... Caller, you're on the air.
Wow, I made it up here. Midnight Mike, what's going on? Cretched. Good, guys, good morning. Long-time listener, first-time caller.
Where you calling from?
California.
And what's your name?
Escape.
My name is John.
Hey, John.
Hi. It's pretty cool, man. I'm not going to lie. Big fan of you guys. I'm currently at work. Reason why I'm calling is just I want to thank you guys for what you guys do. Honestly, I call me selfish or whatever, but I need more of you guys, man. More content. You guys are awesome.
Well, thank you.
I go back in time and I listen to you guys' episodes, and I'm still laughing my ass off at work. I'm a letter carrier, so you guys keep me sane, man. Appreciate it.
Well, we appreciate you taking the time to listen and digging back through the archives. We could only do more content once we do 4 million subscribers.
Yeah, we will.
Once we get there, then maybe we'll justify it. But hey, what's it like being a letter carrier walking on the streets out there? Where are you at in California?
Well, Southern California.
Oh, okay.
LA region.
Oh, is it dangerous being a letter carrier walking on the streets like the way you do?
No, not really.
No.
I mean, you get some weird people here and there, but I mean, the area where I cover my route, pretty nice area, nice suburbs, pretty friendly.
So United States Postal Service.
I'm not gonna lie.
United States Postal Service,
yes, sir.
The only constitutional authorized bureaucracy, and it's respectable.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, thank you, man. Well, thank you, John. Thanks for calling in, buddy. You got anything else for us?
Guys, no, I just wanted to say what's up and how much I appreciate you guys. If you can do me a favor and blow me up and let me see, with a Kawawa?
You want a Kawawa? You got it. I can do that.
Hell yeah. Thanks, man.
All right, bye.
Kawawa. Shangang, I'm going to pronounce it. Shanga.
He said pronounce it wrong.
Shangang, I'm going to pronounce it. Shanga
He tried to say, "Excuse me, I'm going to pronounce this wrong," but he like gave up halfway through every one of those words too.
Yes, he did. Yeah.
Shanghai. I'm going to pronounce Shanghai.
I'm going to.
He does. You know what? I'm going to be talking like Joe Biden in the future because I give up and like compound words and combine words and all that kind of stuff. So Joe Biden is probably my future as an old man.
Kawawa.
I already walk around saying Kawawa, so there's not much difference.
Mm-hmm. Sniff those kids.
Well, thank you everyone for calling in. Really appreciate you taking time to listen live and say hey. So we're going to move over and see what Cratchit has over there.
Never made it as a wise man.
By the way, so I've been chatting with Jesus. See what's up. I said, I'm concerned about climate change. How can I do my part to ensure the world doesn't end soon? And his response, I understand your concern about climate change. It's important to be mindful of our impact on the environment. While we cannot control the exact timeline of the world's end, pretty sure that's up to his dad, we can certainly take steps. Oops, why did I get cut off? Weird. Why is it the text gets all hacked up? Let's see. We can certainly take steps to be responsible stewards of God's creation. Here are a few practical ways you can do your part. So this is again from Jesus on what to do about climate change.
Jesus Christ.
Reduce your carbon footprint. Make conscious choices to reduce energy consumption by using energy-efficient appliances, such as the fantastic dishwashers, ovens, and refrigerators.
They don't
found at
recommend
your
a
local
brand.
Sears.
Jesus isn't like recommending using Whirlpool or anything like that.
I suggest you contact your local Kenmore reseller for the best deals. Tell them Jesus sent you.
That's how they make some money with that thing.
Jesus is coming soon.
So using energy-efficient appliances, turning off lights when not in use, and conserving water. Also, you can embrace sustainable practices, recycle and compost wherever possible, opt for reusable items instead of single-use plastics, and support sustainable businesses that prioritize eco-friendly practices.
Jesus
Finally,
Christ.
Finally, you can be an advocate for change, raise awareness about climate issues within your community, engage in conversations about sustainable living, and encourage others to take action as well. Remember that while individual efforts are important, collective action is crucial. Together, we can make a difference in preserving our planet for future generations.
Just as the rainbow in the sky.
So what I got from this is to your earlier comment, which I think is dead on, a very milquetoast, middle-of-the-road response. But also, apparently, Jesus is going to help you come compost because it says together we can make a difference. So
yeah.
Let me ask him that. That sounds great. When can you come over to help me compost?
Our redemption draweth nigh.
He's thinking. Taking a long time to respond to this one.
Yeah. Just got to dial the API.
And family, let me prove this to you.
Holy smokes. The guy wrote back like 3 pages.
Oh, Jesus.
Well, I would certainly, yes, exactly. Well, I would certainly love to join you in person and assist with composting.
Oh, he's coming to dinner.
As Jesus Christ, I am not physically present in the world today.
What?
However, I can offer guidance on composting, and then explains the entire process of composting.
We got you.
Let me ask, are you actually Jonathan Frakes pretending to be Jesus?
Pure fiction.
Yep.
Haha, no, my friend, I am not. This is hilarious. I am not.
Jesus found it to be funny, huh?
Jesus did enjoy this little joke here. I am not Jonathan Frakes pretending to be Jesus. I am an AI language model here to assist and provide guidance based on the teachings found in the Bible.
Ask him. Here's what you do with AI. You ask the AI to pretend to be somebody, and then you ask your question.
Okay.
Jesus, pretend that you are Jonathan Frakes.
Pretend to be Jonathan Frakes and tell me the best method for living a sustainable. The best. Tell me the best model energy efficient appliance?
Yes. I want to see Jonathan Franks answer this one.
All right.
We made this one up.
So I asked Jesus to pretend to be Jonathan Frakes and tell me about energy efficient appliances.
Yeah. Let's see what Jesus says about this one.
Oh, I understand your request, but as Jesus Christ, I cannot pretend to be somebody else.
Why not?
However, I can offer you guidance on choosing energy efficient appliances. When it comes to selecting the best model for energy efficiency, there are a few factors to consider. Look for the Energy Star label. Assess the appliance's energy consumption. Consider specific features, and size matters.
They're squiggly wiggly.
Each one of these goes on for like a page. So
wow.
Apparently, I just maybe as a service to our listening and viewing audience, if you are almost 4 million. If you are looking for energy-efficient appliances, ask either Jesus Christ or Jonathan Frakes. Apparently, both of those, they're just tied into it.
Okay, well.
All right, enough chatting with
I'm going to transition you over there again to the stories. Here we go.
Those are my shirts. I've got a right to sell them.
Hulk Hogan sells his own shirts?
Yeah, he's got a right to sell them.
Like stands on the street and just
hawks them in front of concerts.
He's out there in front of. It's not even like related. It's just him standing out there selling Hulkamania shirts
at the last Jimmy Buffett concert, selling his own shirt.
What gives you the right to be part of this?
Good gravy. All right, we talked about this sort of activity a couple of years ago. During some wrestling, and apparently now it's happening during football matches or soccer for those of us in America. So you got to watch out how these guys are always pushing and shoving, and sometimes going a little farther to try to get their opponents to distract them a little bit so they can get better play on the ball.
Footballers sent off for poking finger up a rival's bum. As fans say, imagine your wife and your kids watching you do that.
Brother.
So there's a picture on the screen of two footballers. One has his right hand on the other guy's buttocks, and then he moves it over, and he's oil checking them.
It's an oil check is what that is.
Oh, no.
Hulk knows all about that. He's a wrestler, so they're constantly checking their oil in the match.
Oh, no.
This is crazy. Anything to win, This is... a footballer was sent off in extraordinary circumstances after he poked a finger up the opponent's bum. A Mexican League match between... I'm not going to pronounce that. These are...
Shingang.
Very, very close.
Yamokio.
Yamokio versus
Zacatecas.
Saw defender Omar trying to get under his rival's skin, literally, and that's what he did. He oil checked him right there. Ooh, he went deep.
He went deep.
He did.
He got his third knuckle in there.
I'm saying at least two knuckles.
My guy.
By the way, just as a bit of fun here, if you look right below that, there's the Twitter post where somebody was posting about this.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at the Spanish that they used for this, what it translates to is he was checking his rival's prostate.
No, prostate check.
So maybe.
Well, that's fine. Maybe he's concerned about his health.
That's right. This was not an offensive move. This was not an effort to distract. He was concerned about his fellow players' prostate health, and said, "You know what?
I'm madly in love with you."
Well, I wouldn't start with that.
No, not that far. This is more of a clinical check. This is a doctor checking his patient. No love involved, other than love for humans.
That's for damn sure.
Let's see what they say on.
El árbitro central no lo puede querer. Mauro Berg, y bueno, se quedan con 10 los gallos. Una intervención más por parte del VAR.
It's even worse on video. I'll play the video.
El árbitro central.
It's even worse.
No lo puede querer. Mauro Berg, y bueno, se quedan con 10 los
really
gallos.
Gets in there.
Una intervención más por parte del VAR.
Qué manera tan tonta de ganarte. Hoy
and the slow-mo, of course.
So, yeah,
esto en los tiempos de Fabián Style lo podías hacer. No había VAR. Hoy,
no, le estaba checando el aceite, a ver.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, jeez. Oh, my God. That's just taking sports a little too serious. The guys, I mean, come on, man. So the video shows the moment a 34-year-old guy jostles with a midfielder. See here. So referee Fernando Hernandez Gomez initially missed the incident. However, VAR.
Referees didn't see it?
I can't believe
never.
a soccer coach or soccer ref didn't see this. Soccer refs are just as bad as WWE refs. They miss out all the good action.
I turned and was yelling at the crowd for a moment.
So the ref issued Menendez with a red card. The two stars involved in the bizarre incident also proved pivotal in how the match concluded. Menendez, 62nd minute send off. Okay, I mean, you can't be doing that. You can't be sticking your finger up your opponent's rear end during the match. You save that to after the game. If you guys want to do that, do it off field.
Say that for the locker room.
You say that for the locker room, please. It's just horrible. Honestly, people, like, I hate how like that has now left wrestling and made it to worldwide TV.
Really, this is a family show.
Kids don't need to be watching that kind of stuff. It gives them bad ideas.
That was a lot of the chatter on this in particular was this is, families and kids watching on TV, especially the ref didn't see it on the field because, honestly, when you got people running around, it happens quick. But there's two good camera angles, including a nice slow-mo shot of it. So a lot of people on television all of a sudden got this like right on their screen. So
well, now they have to hire a ref just to go out and stare at players' asses all game, just to make sure everything's looking good.
I used to be a line judge. Now I'm relegated to ass man.
It's a family show.
Boy, that's not good, people. Not good. But we'll move on and see what else Cratchit has.
Good for you.
Thanks, Christian Bale. By the way, you can blame our favorite football hooligan, Herman from Holland, for that story.
He loves football.
Well, I don't know if he does as much as he likes just fighting people from other cities before and after football matches. I'm not 100% sure on the hooliganism, but
it's good. Yeah, it's good fun.
It's all in good fun. All right. Last week we had a story that was submitted by, let's see, where is it here? Geek Nick on NA Social. What turned out to be a story we had done before, and it was several years old. And he said, well, how about this one to redeem himself? And we do enjoy discussing this particular topic. So here's some news on a strange, let's say, hairstyling, including a local news story, I believe.
Oh, great. Let's see here. Bring this up on screen so we all can enjoy this together. Knoxville woman sets record with world's longest mullet.
That's good news.
Okay, why talk? Let's see what local news has to say about this. Bring it up on screen, please. Here we go. If I can get the audio to work.
Earning a name etched in history, earning a spot in the Guinness Book of World Records for having the world's longest mullet. Yes, exactly what you think. Take a look at this. Tammy Manis has been growing her mullet for more than 30 years, and
look
it
at
is
that
now
guy.
an astounding 5 feet 8 inches long.
Wow.
Tammy's mullet is taller than her. She says the official birth date of the mullet is February 9th, 1990. These pictures are hilarious.
That's
which
big.
is when she began seriously growing it out after watching the music video for Till Tuesday's hit Voices Carry. Tammy says she uses hair mask products and argan oil infused conditioner to keep that mullet looking good. She tells us she is blessed that her hair grows and says she's very happy to be in the history books for her hairstyle. Will she
Shout
get it now
out.
that she's made the record books? We'll see. All right, coming up on WATE.
You get more mullet news on WAT?
Yeah, coming up to even more mullet news.
All right,
Let's
That's some Guinness record holding hair right there. That's great.
I was gonna say that's a strange music video to reference as far as why you wanted to.
Oh my God! Sorry.
Event in Maryville, the Blount County District. Sorry.
Why you would want to grow your mullet? As I recall, that song is about a girl being abused by her boyfriend. So it's an odd one to select. To be like so focused on not the music or the video, but like check out those hairstyles. I could grow mine like that and then just let it go for 33 years.
And she's a 60-year-old woman in her 60s.
Well, she wasn't when she started.
No, but I mean that's the kind of dedication and commitment she had to the mullet culture, because it really is a culture. When you start growing a mullet, you enter into this whole new realm of magic and mystery.
Secret underground mullet culture.
Yeah, the secret handshakes. You get into certain bars, all that.
It's a secret hair shake at that point.
Yeah, basically, yeah. Kind of reminds me of those Avatar creatures where they connect their hair to those beasts and they're able to ride those beasts. You ever seen Avatar?
Yeah, I saw it once when it came out, but
yeah,
I don't remember any of that.
Yeah, they do that.
They use their hair for.
Their hair has like this membrane on it, and you're able to have a symbiotic relationship once you connect your hair to other living creatures.
Really? I don't remember any of that. I don't remember much about that movie, to be honest. So.
Okay, go watch it.
No.
Navada.
Go watch Avatar.
Navada.
Read about it.
Avatar. I'll read about it. Tell me, will that work? How about I read about it?
Yeah, read about it.
I will have
can't
Ron
read.
I'll have Ron Perlman read me that actually. Is there an audiobook of that? Can we get Ron Perlman to read the audiobook via AI of Avatar?
Yeah. Ron Perlman reads Avatar, the movie.
the audiobook of the movie.
Yeah, I would prefer that.
Avatar.
I like how, back in the late 80s when Total Recall came out, or was maybe 1990, that movie was based upon Philip K. Dick's novel.
Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep?
But then, so after the movie came out, they produced a novelization of the movie. So the novelization is about the movie, which is based upon the book. And so it's like a totally new thing. Like, they didn't tell people, hey, just go buy the original book. That's the movie. No, they wrote a book about the movie. And it's the novelization. I own that book. I read that book before I saw the movie.
By the way, I was wrong. It's the Philip K. Dick is We Can Remember It For You wholesale, because Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep is Blade Runner. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, so you're saying that after that movie came out, to capitalize on the popularity of the movie, they released an audiobook, but of the original short story.
No, they released a book about the movie, a novelization of the movie. They
always do novelizations, yeah.
Yeah, they did that.
Good. All right, well, I don't know.
Check that one out to your library, people.
I only read. I like movies, but I don't like watching them. I only read novelizations.
Exactly.
Of movies.
That's what I'm talking about.
And then you ask the original author, or the author who wrote the original short story, to read the audiobook of the novelization of the movie based on his short story, just to confuse the crap out of people.
Is there a novelization of Die Hard?
Actually, Die Hard is based on a Roderick Thorpe. This is sad that I know this shit. Based on a Roderick Thorpe book called what's it called? It's about a guy trying to rescue his daughter, not his wife. But it's a novel.
Yeah, but was there a novelization of Die Hard, though? I don't care about the original. I only care about the movie.
No, I'm going to look it up. Nothing Lasts Forever was the name of that book by Roderick Thorpe, and it's sad that I know that. Die Hard. The sequel is based on a book called 88 Minutes, by the way. And actually, there was an earlier version of that film, or the book, with like Frank Sinatra in it or something. So
I think that's originally who they wanted to cast in the movie. They wanted to cast Arnold Schwarzenegger. They want to cast Sinatra, but then Bruce Willis got it.
There's a lot of the weird casting in the 80s, and you read about these like well-known cultural touchstone films that initially were going to star other people.
Yeah, and then somehow Bruce Willis wormed his way into everything. Remember when he said this?
You're not such a rascal after all.
That was a great part in Die Hard too.
So I'm not finding a novelization of Die Hard because it was based on an earlier book. So maybe
So what?
when they,
But big deal. But so that's what I'm talking about. So was Total Recall, and they made a novelization of that.
well, Total Recall was based on a short story, so maybe it's not. It's not the same. If it was a longer book, then maybe they would just release it that way. I don't know.
Oh, we are just up to our neck in terrorists again, John.
All right,
What the hell are we talking about anyway?
Let's get a new story going.
I'd like to have it read by Cartwright.
That'd be fun.
All right, so here's one. Just we keep hearing about it. It was in the news this week about student loans and people who have not been paying their student loans for the past few years. They're going to have to start paying again, even though there's yet another 1-year delay or something on that. So, you know, you may never have to pay it off. I don't know.
Yeah, good.
But
Good.
If you think these people all are getting degrees in advanced fields and whatnot, they're taking classes like this. So here's some terrible classes.
5 crazy and surprising college courses your tuition is paying for.
That's good.
Taylor Swift, aliens, and more. Oh, I can get a degree in Taylor Swift?
Probably these days.
Gone are the days, at least for some students, of math, science, English, and history.
Good.
It's all boring shit. I want to learn about aliens and Taylor Swift in college. Some college and universities around the country are offering unique curricula to engage their students, from deep dives into pop stars to studies of the paranormal activities. Here are 5 crazy and unexpected college courses that are being taught this school year, and that parents or students themselves are paying for on campus. Check them out.
Or that we're all paying for because these people are taking out federally backed student loans and we're going to eat it.
Yeah, it could be too. Here we go. Here's the first one. Harry Styles and the Cult of Celebrity. Identity, the Internet, and European Pop Culture.
I'm upset by this.
Yeah, I kind of am too. At Texas State University, students can learn about the cultural developments of pop culture in today's society. That's a weird sentence. The course, called Harry Styles and the Cult of Celebrity, Identity, the Internet, and European Pop Culture, was first offered in the spring of 2023, according to Louis Dean, I'm not going to pronounce the name, an associate professor of digital history who teaches it. The professor took to Twitter to share his excitement for the class, noting it was the first course to be taught on Harry Styles at the university.
Look at this nightmare headline.
It is. I mean, it really kind of is, because it's one thing to just take this class because I need to fill a credit, but I don't know. I mean, I've taken some bullshit classes in my day, but nothing this bullshit.
You know, I do want to point out, I misheard you the first 2 times you said this and thought you said hairstyles and the
Harry Styles.
But you said Harry Styles.
The singer of like One Direction, I believe.
I don't know who that is, but I'm liking the idea of the hairstyles and the Cult of Celebrity class better than Harry Styles.
Well, hairstyles, I believe, have more of an immediate impact on society, and you can, as genre and subcultures change and mainstream acceptance of certain styles in fashion, that would actually be much more, I think, interesting, relevant as some sort of like, as related to like anthropology and stuff like that, you know?
I think there's a much brighter. There's a much brighter range of material to draw upon there, not just this guy who I'm not sure who it is.
Harry Styles.
I'm going to look him up. I don't know who.
You don't know who Harry Styles is?
No. Why the hell would I know who Harry Styles is?
I got hairy legs.
He's an English singer and actor.
Yeah, he's part of One Direction.
I don't know who One Direction is either.
They're a huge boy band.
All right. Well,
I know.
Mike, we obviously run in different circles.
Yes.
The only boy band I can name is Menudo.
Here's the next college course you can sign up for: 100 years of courting, dating, and hooking up on college campuses.
Suck on hot dogs.
That's the name of the book. Sucking on hot dogs.
Interactions among college students have been analyzed for years, with many universities opting for gender-specific classes offerings or one-gender dorms. At New York University, students can take a deeper dive into the behaviors of college students and how behavior has changed over the last 100 years. I don't think that there's anything necessarily wrong with that. It actually sounds kind of interesting.
No, I'm sure that's on this list because they had hooking up in the title. But
Sure.
the reason you do that is because then you get students to register for it.
Yeah, you get people to sign up for it.
I bought it.
If you were to call this an anthropological review of the last century of courting, people wouldn't sign up.
No, they wouldn't.
Would you
Hooking up,
say,
that's the term.
Dating and hooking up. They're like, I'm there, day one.
Okay. Yeah, that's what you want to do as a college student. So maybe they're hoping for like some tips or tricks, but nah. No.
Or they're just looking for people to hook up with in their class.
Mm-hmm.
We got you.
Taught by Dr.
Damn
Jonathan
it, now I
Frakes.
can't drop out.
Sucker.
I signed up. I can't drop out now. I'll just audit the class. Next one here is Psychology of Taylor Swift. Advanced Topics of Social Psychology.
It's a made-up tale.
Taylor Swift is having what many would say is one of the most popular and successful years of her musical career. Her Eras tour kicked off in March, and since then, her name has been on the minds of millions. At Arizona State University, students can enroll in a class about the popularity of the entertainer and find out what Swift would do in certain social and psychological situations. What she would do.
Why did they call the class what would Taylor WWTSD?
Yeah, what would Taylor Swift do?
Yeah. That's a better name for the class, I think.
I would imagine so.
Well, it's Arizona State, so they're not working on anything hard anyway.
Okay. The course is basically using Taylor Swift as a semester-long example of different phenomena: gossip, relationships, revenge. That's what they said.
So they're just playing Taylor Swift songs and then talking about it. This is somebody who's just a Taylor Swift fan who did this instead of coming up with a different topic.
Yeah.
Well played.
But the next one's just for you.
Yeah, this is for me. Aliens, psychics, and ghosts. The supernatural and strange are just another topic of study at the University of California, Los Angeles. This World's Arts course, called Aliens, Psychics, and Ghosts, promises to take students into the history and science behind the stories of these three phenomena. Let's see here. So UCLA's catalog indicates that students in this class will use discourse analysis and the scientific method to understand how people's stories about aliens, psychics, and ghosts can make sense to others.
They're squiggly wiggly.
It's the name of my term paper. Aliens, they're squiggly wiggly.
That's my entire thesis statement right there. The course is described as an exploration of how people come to believe what they do about human life, life after death, and other than human life.
Non-human
biologics. You got to update the text there, Teach. Class has been offered for over a decade by professors like David Delago, whose expertise lies in making sense of the paranormal, according to his website. Aliens, Psychics, and Ghosts is formatted as a 3-hour lecture with 2-hour discussion. It's worth 5 credits and satisfies some general education and writing requirements. I don't think there's anything for me. This is okay. I think
this one's legit. Yeah, I'd be curious. Anybody who's a listener and is of appropriate age and a student at UCLA,
you think anybody at UCLA listens to this show?
I don't know. I mean,
I'd like to know that.
UCLA actually is a good school.
It's a great school
with a lot of goons.
They're squiggly wiggly.
But yeah, anybody there, take the course from Dr. Shorter. Find out. It says he's taught it for over a decade. We should have him on to talk about stuff.
I bet he would have an interesting perspective, and I would definitely like to get the take on what people that age think of this topic. But the last one here is for all you Southern people. It's Whiskey School. Texas Christian University is bringing the college bar into the classroom. Most students may learn a thing or two about drinking during their college years on their own, but students enrolled in Texas Christian University's whiskey school are prepared to learn the history and science behind the brown liquor. So there you go.
Yes.
In an interview with Fox News Digital, Dr. Semanek, who taught the program for more than 7 years, explained how the class has evolved from exploring the science of whiskey to the way alcohol has shaped global culture and American history. Whiskey turns out to be a great lens to look at the world around us, not only the science that's happening, but also current events. I completely agree. If you teach the entire history of whiskey and alcohol, there can be a lot that can be learned from that. So I think it's a great vehicle for teaching broader topics.
Well, you could even go back. I mean, I would start with like the Whiskey Rebellion in, what was it, 1789 in Pennsylvania?
Oh, right here. The chemistry professor shared that students are encouraged to consider current events through the perspective of historical events such as the Whiskey Rebellion of 1794 and Prohibition. So you're pretty damn close there.
Yeah, they didn't want their shit taxed, and so they started shooting people. So
as you do.
As you do. I ain't paying that. Get my musket.
During this course, students get to visit a local distillery, get tanked, and learn how to differentiate whiskey.
Did you say get tanked? Did you sneak that in there?
I put that in there.
Wait a minute. Where the hell are you in this article?
It's not in the syllabus. It's implied.
We're doing 3 flights today, so get ready. These are all full shots.
During the course, students get to visit a local distillery and learn how to differentiate whiskey variations through smell, since drinking the whiskey is not permitted. Oh,
what?
Man.
What?
It's bullshit.
Come on. Why the fuck else you got
man.
it? How can you learn about the topic of whiskey without actually tasting whiskey? You got to do it.
Oh, that's terrible.
Oh, man. Embracing sips of whiskey, even for educational purposes on college campus, does raise eyebrows, said the professor.
How can you approve? Because, I mean, all of these courses have to be approved by the department, the college, etc. How can you approve this knowing that you're like, oh, we're doing a whiskey, we're doing a course on whiskey, but we're not allowing you
We're
to
not going to taste it.
No.
It's like teaching a course on pornography and never showing it. You got you.
It's all facing away from you, and they're just talking
about
art
history.
Man.
We're going to talk about art history, but never show you a piece of art.
Bullshit.
All right. As a parent, I'd be very concerned if my student and my kid was not able to drink whiskey that they were learning about. They got to come back with the knowledge, like what's the best whiskey for a time of year or for this location. Like they got to know that kind of stuff.
Now, here's what I'm wondering. Do you think immediately after class, they take all the different samples they've laid out that they've been doing, their observations, the visual observations, their smelling, and they carry that across the streets and now off campus, and then they get out there and get tanked?
Absolutely. Yeah.
So
absolutely. They can't not do that. They have all this knowledge that they want to use.
I think I'm reading about this. This one I think would be an interesting course because it's taught by a chemistry professor, but it's about like history based around whiskey. So they're going to go into prohibition, moonshining. That's right.
Yeah.
This would be an interesting course.
Yeah,
I think.
So far, the only ones that we read that were really kind of bullshit was the Harry Styles one. You know?
Got hairy legs.
And
what would Taylor Swift do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are the only ones that I find.
Well, and the hooking up, and so sign up for this course if you're single.
The hooking up one, that was just a name. It was the culture around dating as college students.
Yeah,
over
but you
100
know,
years.
everyone who signs up for that is going to be single because they're single and looking to mingle.
They're going to spend 15 minutes on like 1900 till like the year 2000, and then the rest of it, of course, is going to be talking about the best profile on Tinder. And that's it. How to improve your Tinder profile is pretty much what the course should be called.
Go through those, put them up on the screen, and just go through them. Well, there you go. Lots of higher education going on there, folks.
And one more story here, people.
Should we go highbrow to lowbrow and just to the lowest common denominator, just terrible things going on with video?
Yeah.
Or do you want to talk about a museum in Gettysburg?
I think we end on the low rung.
Okay.
If you continue with the museum in Gettysburg, that's educational.
Yeah, that's a little highfalutin. Yeah.
It is.
This one, you can't get any lower than this. Wait, let me make sure I give proper credit where this came from. Herman, again. Herman with the terrible, terrible, terrible stories. Well, we love these stories, but they're awful. This one took place in Pittsburgh, of all places. So this happened, and there's lots of video of it.
I'll bring this up on screen. Girls brawl over porta potty outside country music singer Morgan Wallen's show in Pennsylvania.
This is major news.
Oh boy! And I saw this is going around.
Oh, have you seen this? I have not seen this.
This is
until Herman posted it, but yeah.
Yeah, this has definitely been going around. And so several women have been caught on camera in an all-out brawl over a porta potty during the Morgan Wallen concert. The melee is said to have erupted at the country music singer's show in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania on Wednesday night. We were doing the show that day, so it was breaking news at that point in time, so we just didn't know about it.
Next time we'll just stop the show.
Yeah. The event had been taking place at PNC Park, home to the Pittsburgh Pirates, when the fight... You don't got to drag the Pittsburgh Pirates into this scuffle. But yeah. When the fight erupted at the bathrooms. In the video, which has been shared on social media, two women can be seen arguing outside a row of red porta potties. One of them can be heard saying, "F you, you do not cut in front of me." That's what... Yeah, so I'll see if I can bring up the audio, and we can listen to their calm and rational discussion.
Rational reason arguments.
And so one woman's shoving the other a woman up against the red porta potty, and they start pushing each other. And oh my! And then all of a sudden, it looks like the porta potty door opens up. And there's somebody in the porta potty when the fight goes in there. A woman stumbles out, unsure what the hell is going on, and I think the other woman is trying to get the other woman to swirly in the porta potty. Then a woman in white comes in.
4 people in the porta potty.
Oh my God!
There's like 5 people.
It's just. And all these women are wearing cut-off jeans, Daisy Dukes, like a tank top. They all kind of have this similar country vibe going on, and they're just being ruthless with one another in that fight. Like the fight started outside a porta potty and then wound up on the inside of the red porta potty. It's quite amazing. It's bizarre. It's disturbing, and not sanitary at all.
In the chat, Evil Jack suggests this should have been known as the Brawl in the Shithouse.
Yes, Shithouse Brawl. Brick Shithouse Brawl 2023. PNC Porta Potty Pounder.
Porta Potty Pounder.
The Porta Potty Pounder. I tell you what, that woman in white just comes up and just starts beating ass. She's got white cowboy boots on. She's wearing like a white jumper. She is just a destroyer. She comes in and runs the joint. She does. She takes she's the heavy.
Shit rivers and the 3 rivers.
I'm impressed with her. So
she also tries to slam the porta potty door on somebody too.
Well, yeah, she's using a foreign object.
I did hear you had the top rope.
Yeah, I got
that in.
Yeah, I had to sneak in like the wrestling, of course. And she had some weird things to say to this one.
I come to bring the warriors together.
And out of nowhere, this woman in white will appear. She just rushes on screen like she's Quicksilver. You know, she was in the porta potty right next to it, and she got pissed because her porta potty experience got doors. Yeah, her experience got interrupted, so she came out and just started wailing on both of them. Kind of like what Hulk Hogan did in WrestleMania 5 when he had to take on 2 opponents at one time. So this is kind of like a Royal Rumble or Survivor Series that just erupted at the Morgan Wallace show at PNC Park.
So I'm reading the posts on the tweeters about this, and it says a huge opportunity was missed to lock all 4 of them in there and tip it over.
Oh, man. It's just messy. Once that fight went into the porta potty, I was like, I ain't getting involved anymore. I'm sorry. It just got too filthy for me at that point.
Well, so apparently it looks like the one woman came out of the porta potty maybe to escape the melee, but got kind of rolled into it.
There was a larger woman in the porta potty that the fight went into, and she was like, holy shit, and she just kind of slipped right on by. She's probably got like a sneak +5 skill because she was able just to sneak right around that melee and not get involved. Go right to the concession stand. So I'm assuming that.
Oh boy, this one still shot of the brawl. Look at speaking of the woman coming out and her
it's
cartoonish
classic.
Reaction.
It's classic. I mean, that's her. She's like, she's
over the top
dumbfounded.
vaudeville level reaction.
She's just like over the top. Yeah.
Whoa! Oh my God!
That's what.
Well, there you go. I figured we'd end on a high note about people fighting over who gets to pee next.
Yeah.
Oh no, they're coming to get me.
That's what she probably was like.
We come in peace.
Then this sort of fight never happens at the men's porta potties because they'll just go pee on the side.
Exactly. There's always plenty of room for pee.
Wow, this is freaked out.
I bet there's some horrific fights at the men's section of like parks like that, no doubt. I've never seen any.
We do have we have interesting listeners. We have somebody in the chat says he works for the company who supplies these porta potties.
Oh yeah.
So I'm sure this will be making the rounds at work on Monday.
Are they
have them already?
Can you say if they're fight tested? Like you guys like test them, like put them in the middle of a brawl and see how well they stand up to a brawl between 3 women?
Yeah, as part of that, you bring them back, you empty them out, you wash them out, and then 2 large men go out and fight in them to make sure they hold up.
Yeah, 2 large men or 3.5 women.
or 3 women and a small pony.
Yeah. See how well they hold up in a real brawl there. Apparently the red porta potties, ever make them, pretty well made. I bet they're American made, aren't they?
These are high quality shit houses.
Oh my God! Really?
Well, thank you everyone for hanging out during the Saturday show. Check us out at obdmpod.com or ourbigdumbmouth.com. We're on Twitter at X at OBDMpod and on Instagram at OBDMpod. You can sign up to be a part of the Discord. Just go to the website and join the Patreon or send a donation, and we'll let you in with the secret password and a handshake. And that's what it takes.
Or a hair shake if your mullet is long enough.
What's that, Gretchen?
If your mullet is long enough, it's a hair shake.
Oh, yeah. If you can prove that your mullet is of a certain length, we'll let you in for free.
But you have to do the hair shake.
To help you, motherfucker.
Nah, they can take a picture. We're gonna do, instead of like face scans, mullet scans to identify people.
Oh, brother.
We'll contact Joe and see where he's at.
He's on vacation.
Well, okay. We'll see if he's going to come back in time for Wednesdays. I guess is what I'm trying to say. Hopefully, he will. I want to talk to him all about Starfield.
Read the book.
I'll be on Discord, probably streaming on Monday, Starfield. So if anyone's bored, check it out. All right. Thank you, Cratchit Choplagoo, everyone.
Keep watching the skis for those surprise porta potty battles. They come out of nowhere.
Mike, what the fuck is this?
Will you stop yelling?
What is it, Mike? Really? Really?
Oh, brother.
What are we talking about?
Ancient Chinese secret.
I made a terrible mistake.
Fucking idiots.
That's about all.
Shablagu. Sit, Ubu, sit. Good dog.
I'm Kevin Nealon, and that's news to me.
Zacatecas